January 11th, reset effort. Effort is not emotional. It is intentional. It is not the byproduct of how you feel. It is the decision to apply yourself fully, regardless of whether the task feels important, whether you feel motivated, or whether the work feels difficult. Most people tie effort to emotion. They give full effort when they feel inspired. They work hard when the goal feels urgent. They invest energy when the task feels meaningful. But when inspiration fades, effort fades with it. When urgency disappears, work becomes optional. When meaning is not immediately apparent, energy is withheld. This is why most people operate inconsistently. Their effort fluctuates with their emotional state. On good days, they produce exceptional work. On difficult days, they produce nothing. They are capable of intensity but incapable of reliability. Effort must be intentional. It must be applied by decision, not by feeling. It must be given because you committed to give it, not because the circumstances made it easy to give. Intentional effort operates independently of mood. It does not ask how you feel. It asks what needs to be done. Some days require more discipline than others. Some days the work feels effortless. The task is engaging. The progress is visible. The effort flows naturally without resistance. These are not the days that test discipline. The days that test discipline are the ones where everything feels harder, where the work feels pointless, where progress is invisible, where every action requires force. These are the days that separate those who rely on feeling from those who rely on commitment. Anyone can give effort when effort feels easy. Discipline is giving effort when it does not, when the task is boring, when the result will not be seen for weeks or months, when no one will notice whether you gave your best or your minimum. This is where most people compromise. They do not stop entirely. They just reduce effort. They show up, but do not engage fully. They complete the task, but without care. They check the box without honoring the standard. Partial effort feels productive because it looks like action, but partial effort produces partial results, and partial results accumulate slowly. You can work for months at half effort and produce less than you could have produced in weeks at full effort. Give full effort to simple tasks, not just to the work that feels important, not just to the projects that will be seen, not just to the tasks that align with your goals, to everything, to the mundane, to the routine, to the work that no one will notice. Full effort on simple tasks builds the habit of full effort. It trains you to operate at a single standard regardless of the task. It removes the negotiation about whether this particular action deserves your best. Everything deserves your best because that is the standard you have set. Most people reserve their best effort for what they deem worthy. But who decides what is worthy? You do, based on how you feel in the moment, based on whether the task seems important enough. This creates inconsistency. It creates a fluctuating standard that depends on subjective assessment. A single standard removes subjectivity. Full effort is given not because the task earned it, but because full effort is what you give. Always, without exception, without debate. Effort compounds faster than talent. Talent determines your starting point. Effort determines your trajectory. Talent gives you an advantage in the beginning. Effort gives you an advantage over time. Two people with equal talent will not produce equal results if one applies consistent effort and the other does not. The person who applies effort daily will outpace the person who applies effort sporadically, regardless of how talented the second person is. Effort is the variable you control. You do not control talent. You do not control circumstances. You do not control outcomes, but you control how much of yourself you invest in the work. You control whether you give everything or hold something back. Most people hold effort in reserve. They operate at 70%. They convince themselves they are working hard while simultaneously protecting themselves from the discomfort of true exertion. They want the results that come from full effort without the cost of giving it. But effort cannot be faked. Partial effort produces partial results. You cannot operate at 70% and expect 100% outcomes. The gap between what you give and what you want will always exist until you close it by giving more. Full effort is not sustainable every moment of every day. But full effort during the time you dedicate to work is non-negotiable. When you are working, you are all in. When you are resting, you rest completely, but you do not blur the line by working halfway. Halfway effort is the worst of both options. You do not get the benefit of rest because you are still working. You do not get the benefit of full effort because you are holding back. You end up exhausted without producing results. Reset your relationship with effort. Stop letting your mood determine your output. Stop reserving your best for what feels worthy. Stop operating at partial capacity and expecting full results. Give everything when you work. Rest completely when you rest. Remove the middle ground. Day 11, built in silence.